So today we're going to be talking about new development and rental apartment housing that's available in Yonkers, Mount Vernon, New Rochelle. Some of you may not know of the beautiful apartments and amenities that these neighborhoods have. I'm calling in my friend Dave Cortez. He's the managing director of the Leasing Experts and someone I trust more than anyone with information about availability and what's happening in Lower Westchester. David Cortez, thank you so much for joining me on this call. You are a super valuable resource, and I wanted to put you out there to the people following the Real Star Property team on Facebook and Instagram. So just give us a quick little background about the last couple of things that you've done, where you've been, and where you're working now.
So I'm David Cortez. I'm managing director at Leasing Experts. Leasing Experts is my company. We're an advisory for developments. We help developers in the planning stage, in the pre-lease, and in the leasing stage. Worked on over 10 new development projects, most recently a couple in New Rochelle and Yonkers. And we're working on a couple of things in 2021 that are pretty exciting.
All right, cool. Yeah, Yonkers, Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, for my friends and people watching that are in Brooklyn or Queens or in Manhattan, they know nothing about these cities. They're really, burgeoning urban centers. They have fantastic bars, restaurant, amenities. Which one of these markets do you think is sort of set up as far as the businesses in there to attract people from more established urban centers, again, like Williamsburg, Long Island City, Astoria? Which one of those cities do you think would someone like that feel most comfortable?
I mean, it really depends. And so if you're looking for still want that New York City flair, Yonkers is a good place to start. Yonkers is right on the water, so you have a cool waterfront to enjoy, a lot of restaurants there. Typically, 4th of July, you have also firework displays, farmers markets, and it still feels a little bit like the city. So Yonkers is pretty great in that sense. And then what's coming to Yonkers is also huge, a lot of big projects, institutional projects that are, like over 400, 500 units. Mega projects, which are like 3,000 units, and then small boutique units. So Yonkers has a lot going for it and a lot still to go on there. I think Yonkers is good, like if you're coming from the city but you just wanted to test the market out, it's a good place to start. Mount Vernon's really great if you're coming from, like, let's say Brooklyn or Astoria, and you still want to feel like you're in a little neighborhood. You still want to be able to walk places. Mount Vernon's the place. A lot of trails, great little shops, restaurants, and bars. And then if you're heading over to New Rochelle, New Rochelle is huge. People don't realize that it borders that whole waterfront area, and then there's the whole north end, which is residential only. New Rochelle has a lot going for it. There's something like 30, 40 projects in the pipeline. There's a massive master developer that's there, but there are also private equity funds from the West Coast that are doing something completely different than a master developer would. But there's a lot to pick and choose. Like, the way I see it is, if you're going to Yonkers, Hastings, Rivertown, it's a very creative environment. If you're going to Sound Shore, which is New Rochelle's environment, large, but it's more of a finance and business kind of place. I don't know if that makes sense, Rob.
Okay, so of all of those markets that you just talked about, you obviously have a ton of insight in there. Which one do you think that you've had maybe the most success in? Okay, so I know you've leased up many buildings, new apartment development buildings in all three of them. Which one do you think was your favorite project? Which one was the hardest you had the most to overcome?
Yeah, I mean, Yonkers, I've probably been most active for the longest period. I was born in Yonkers and I know it inside out. But I've seen all the phases of development in Yonkers, and I've been there for everything so far. So our first phase was 66 Main Hudson Park, which was the first time that there was a luxury product in Yonkers. That was really tough because the neighborhood was rough. There weren't that many people looking to move up here. It was the first trans-Arabian to develop on the Hudson line, so it was a big risk. That was really tough. But second phase of Yonkers wasn't that easy either. So second phase, Rob and I worked on Sawyer Place, I worked on Apex, Charlie Barn, 45 South Broadway, and Soyo Loss. Each one of those buildings started off, 45 South Broadway started to get off, and there were, low to moderate rents. Then Sawyer Place came in, Apex came in. The rents went up, but concessions had to be offered for the people who I think that risk to go to the burbs. So that got me because it's such a concession-heavy market. So new developers that weren't built yet, now they need to build buildings and they're underwriting. The challenge has been is that rents are not going up as fast as people want them to go. I think that's going to change once we have Chicken Island, which is AMS acquisitions, when they start building Chicken Island. I know they're moving this to activate City Square. That's going to be a completely different place. I never think that the Yonkers waterfront as a standalone market, would be strong on its own. You need waterfront, you need Getty Square, you need peripheral things going on. You can't just make a waterfront. So I think Yonkers has been the most challenging, but probably the next 5 years will be the most exciting.
Very cool, very cool. And for those of you people who do not know Yonkers, the waterfront is fronted by the Palisades and the Hudson River. The view is absolutely spectacular. It's breathtaking. That alone is worth the trip. So go check it out. And Chicken Island is like a parking lot. It's not a chicken island. Okay, nobody not from Yonkers knows what Chicken Island is, but it's kind of like a parking lot near the City Hall area of downtown Yonkers. But it was, according to David, soon to be something very special. All right, so with that said, I know you touched on the pricing a little bit. New Rochelle and Mount Vernon have a little bit higher concentration of single-family residential homes. New Rochelle, I think, is like something like 70% of the housing there is like single-family residential. But all of this new development is coming in on the luxury apartment side. Mount Vernon's a little bit more of a mix, but it's still really close to transportation into the city. It's really close to subway lines. Like you can get to the 2 and the 5 line like pretty quickly. It's a hop, skip, and a jump. You could walk, ride a bike, scooter from most of Mount Vernon right onto the city subway. And then Yonkers, like you said, there's the most active. It's the bigger city. It's the 4th largest city in the state. I believe it's it's New York City, Buffalo, Rochester, and then Yonkers. There's over 200-something thousand people there. So right now, for people who are looking to lease in the next few months and are conscious of the price fluctuations that have happened right now, like with during COVID, which of these markets do you think is sort of poised to recover and have the rents jump up the quickest?
I would say New Rochelle for now. So New Rochelle, it's a good place right now to lock in a price because prices are historically really low in New Rochelle. Once that market starts to pick up, you can see those prices go way back up. Historically, New Rochelle rents are higher than Yonkers rents. It has everything to do with transport, with access to water, with proximity to very expensive villages. So I think after the pandemic is over and a new wave of rentals comes to New Rochelle, those rents are going to be really healthy. There is a great demand for transit-oriented development on the New Haven line because after New Rochelle, if you skip New Rochelle, the next stop for big development is Stamford. And Stanford is going to add that 20-30 minutes each way to your commute. So I see New Rochelle rents going high. With Mount Vernon, there really isn't that much development going on there. There's 2 things. There's Enclave and there's 42 Broad. After that, there's nothing in the pipeline that's regular market rate apartments. So I think right now Mount Vernon is also a good deal because you can come in at the bottom of the development and then 2 years from now you can see those rents go up because the demand is still going to be there, but there's no new product coming to market.
All right, so that sounds good. So if I heard you right, New Rochelle and Mount Vernon is someone's looking to rent today and lock in a good rate and sort of protect themselves from price increases, now is the time to go check out some of those markets.
Yeah, right now those markets are at a discount, but once this pandemic's over, those markets are going to be roaring again. There's good products in both of those markets.
Yeah, absolutely. I live in New Rochelle, for all disclosure, but that's a fantastic city, and it blows my mind how low my rent was compared to other places in and around the area. All right, cool, man. With obviously you mentioned Connecticut and Stamford a little bit. I understand you're doing a little business over there right now. Had to jump out the city real quick for COVID in between some delays. How's that going for you? Do you like, working in and around Stamford? Obviously, there's developers out there that need your assistance too, as much as, we can't keep you in Westchester forever. But how do you like it out there? Like, how does it compare? And is there anything that you miss being back down in Westchester County?
Honestly, Rob, there's no place like New York. I'll just start off by saying that. There's always going to be a demand for New York. Connecticut is here as a periphery. So like once you need more land, more space, that's where you go to when you're buying a house. You start looking at Westchester because you start looking in Connecticut because Westchester just is pricey. For leasing in Stamford is a very saturated market. I mean, there's got to be something like 80 newer buildings. So newer, like they're 10 years old or less, and there's more coming. So Stamford's really saturated, really competitive. Concessions can be 2 to 3 months sometimes, and the market rents are low to begin with. So not only is it cheaper than New York, there's all these goodies now too. So it's really competitive. Stanford is dealing with a lot of industry working from home now, so office space is at a discount, apartments are at a discount. So it's a good opportunity to lock in a price because, once we're back on the track, there's going to be demand for these apartments and this office space.
Okay, cool. And on a less serious note, I have heard Stanford and Greenwich has amazing pizza. Is that true?
I mean, compared to New York, no.
Okay.
Is the best, but Stanford has a good food scene. Greenwich has an amazing food scene. Like you can have, Michelin restaurants almost at every corner. There's some really good steakhouses. So Greenwich is, upper crust of Fairfield. It's as good as it gets. It's almost like being in the city food-wise.
All right, awesome, man. Hey, well, that's fantastic information. Thank you very much for doing this with me, shedding some light on where people should be moving or what they should be looking into, and if they're debating on whether to stay in the city, move up a little bit. Either way, come over to Westchester, go check out Stanford. If you are looking for a new luxury apartment, the leasing experts, I will put their contact information, Instagram page. Hit them up. David is the man. I trust him. I would recommend him to everybody. All right, Dave, again, thank you very much. I wish you the best. Have a wonderful Christmas and New Year, and we'll see you soon, buddy.
Thanks, Rob. I really appreciate it. Thanks
All
so
right.
much.
There's no secret to being the best real estate agent. Getting good information, building relationships, and using those to help out their clients. That's all we got to do. The Real Star Property team is going to be here for you. If you have any questions, please give me a call, message me. We look forward to helping you out.